Expectation is the root cause of all misery in life. This is a very well known fact, yet we are not able to let go of that. Have you ever wondered why, despite knowing the root cause of all the problems and miseries in our life, we are unable to correct it? Expectation is embedded in our lives right from our childhood. Do you remember the times when we were children, our parents promised us to get that wonderful toy that you were wanting if at all you scored high marks? Or they coaxed you to have that bitter fruit or veggie that you did not like, but just because if you had it, you would be surprised with wonderful chocolates. So expectation starts there. I don't criticize the way that we are brought up. It is normal and it's a form of love that was expressed by our parents or our surrounding neighbors or relatives for that matter. Even in school or college, when you scored really very good marks, you were the center of attraction, weren't you? So there is the point, or there is the start of all these expectations in our lives. That's how we have been molded. And since it all started at a very young age, right from day one when we were able to analyze things and stuffs in our lives, it's become a part and parcel of our lives, and that is the reason why we are not able to give up on that. Some of you might even think, what is wrong in expecting? I am wanting something in return for something that I have contributed. Like I did work very well and I put all my effort and time in completing some project. So I'm looking forward to appreciation and incentive. So it's normal. So what's wrong with that? That might be a question. It is absolutely fine to have such questions. And only if you have such questions, only if you think in all possible ways, you will be able to finally come up with the right strategy. So for those who have such a question, if you have such an expectation, you're looking forward to something in return for some effort that you have put, be it anything, then you'll be wanting it, you'll be waiting for it, you look forward to getting that return. Well, if you get it, fine, that's absolutely fine. But and most of the time you get it in your lives. Yes, you do something, you are paid for it, or in some way or the other you are repaid for something that you contribute. But there are cases where you don't get in return what you expect. At that situation is where everything shatters, because you have been used to getting what you wanted all the time, and at one point when you don't get what you want or what you have been expecting, that's where you question everything around you. You feel different. You are not able to handle the fact that it is normal to not get what at a time, but one or two times. Just because you were disappointed or expectation failed at one time, you think or you question your whole life. You think your life is bad and you're sad only because you didn't get that, or you make that small silly thing as your whole life and you define everything with that, which is absolutely not necessary, and that indeed puts you into more trouble. So how do we stop expecting? And is it even possible to stop expecting? Let me tell you, it is indeed possible to stop expecting. You just have to alter your mindset or tune your mind in such a way that you don't expect anything. But is that possible at one go? Absolutely not. It's not going to happen overnight. Just like you go sleep, you think you ask your mind or you program your mind not to expect, and the next day you stop expecting. No, that's not going to happen, and that's not possible. That's not realistic either. So, how does it happen? We have to inculcate the mindset in such a way that for each and every action that you take, let it be big or small, everything that you do, you just have to follow this rule that I'm going to say. If you apply this strategy for everything that you do on a daily basis, then for sure, after a period of time, you would realize that whether you get something in return or not, you don't expect anything. You're happy with whatever you have in life. You are comfortable the way life is. You become unaffected by what's happening because you have control over yourself and nothing external affects you. The point here is, I'm not going to tell anything that would promise you a problem free life, but what I am going to tell would help you to be happy even if there are problems, even if you come across anything, even if there's going to be trouble. It doesn't matter to you anymore. You're still happy. So, talking about the secret mindset, you just have to have this mindset all the time, irrespective of what you do, whatever task it be. Just think it doesn't matter. Whatever be the outcome of you do, whatever you're doing, just think it doesn't matter. Don't bother about the results. Don't stress over any of the probable outcomes, or when you have this it doesn't matter kind of a mindset, then you can ask me, if somebody who has got this mindset, would they be able to give in their best efforts in whatever they are doing? Obviously not. So doesn't it contradict? Because we should be putting our best efforts in whatever we are doing. That's one of the most important things in life. But if we have this mindset of I don't care or it doesn't matter, then how are we to give our full self into doing something? Yes, here's the twist. When you do something, you just have to give your heart and soul, put your heart and soul into it and do the best. That should be the mindset when you're doing something. And after you finish it, it should be totally different, totally opposite. Just don't give a damn about the outcome. I mean, don't expect anything from it. It may sound like a paradox, yes. When you're doing it, it matters. And when you're done with it, it doesn't matter. Yes, it matters and it doesn't matter. Live by this paradox. This is one sure shot to gain that life where you are free, absolutely independent of any external factors. At the same time, you can contribute the best that you can possibly provide. Doesn't this really sound great? To give your best, and even after giving your best, you don't have that expectation because you've switched to the mindset where you don't bother, or it doesn't matter whatever it be, whoever criticizes it or whatever feedback you're getting, or you're not expecting anything out of it. That's really awesome. It's a different level of mindset. If they're going to praise you for the work that you've done, well and good. If they're going to blame you for the same work, just have the same attitude. Well and good. Thank you. Just move on. That's the only possible way where you can stop expectations from hurting you. Do try to imbibe this mindset for a few days in everything that you do and see how it works. Have you got any interesting topic that you want me to take up? Feel free to list them down in the comment section. Also, to share your suggestion and feedback in the comments below. And yes, don't forget